we not only are we back, it seems like the market is back. Woo. Extremely bullish. XRP seemingly pegged to $1, playing the stablecoin role. We wake up today, we're bumping up into $1.25, 35, right? This is incredible to see. This is a significant impulse up. Everybody's feeling it. Hopefully this continues the steady grind up and we see a $5 or $6 plus XRP here in due time. But, if you go back and you kind of watch the catalog of content, we've been saying, looks like the lows are in. It's going to take a little while for that sentiment to catch up. And here we go. We've got a strong impulse move in XRP. But the signal continues. We're not just looking at XRP anymore. You want to make sure that if you're passionate about XRP, you are equally, if not more, passionate about the XRP Ledger. There has never been a better time to join. You can get a Joey wallet, Joey, available both the Android and the Apple iStore. You can join through that wallet. You can onboard into First Ledger for meme tokens. You can onboard into the XRP Cafe for NFTs. And as we see from last time, late 2024, when XRP was starting to get that momentum before these large impulse breakouts, the ledger had incredible volume, incredible growth. There was so much opportunity to multiply your XRP, learn the most accelerated learning pathway you can go on, in my opinion, if you really want to understand XRP and how it works and the infrastructure surrounding it. You'll get an intimate knowledge of what the real challenges for XRP are. In the XRP Ledger, we need some more onboarding. In that friction, we also have the biggest opportunity, which is that friction represents the growth curve. And so if you love XRP, we see how far ahead it is as a digital asset. It's in due time, the XRP Ledger will catch up to it. And that catch up is going to represent the largest opportunity to multiply your XRP bags. So we want to make sure that as we see this momentum start to build in XRP, the digital asset, as a layer one, we want to challenge the XRP community to start to think a bit deeper, not just to hold the asset, but to understand how that asset is deployed in its own environment, the XRP Ledger. What opportunities are available for you as an XRP holder? We're going to cover these things tonight. We're going to try to keep it to the top of the hour and respect everybody's time here. But there is a lot of value, and now is the time to start to lock in, pay attention, and take those steps. If you have not taken the steps to get a wallet, to understand how to self-custody your XRP, how to get active on the XRP Ledger, we're going to completely plug you in tonight. The right accounts, the right builders, the right projects. We're going to lay it all out. We're going to continue to do this week after week to make sure we give people the best opportunity possible as we come into potentially a new bull market run. So that's just a quick overview. We're excited. XRP again, $1.35, $1.25. Incredible. We love to see it. We can go ahead and get started.
Phenomenal. So as you say, the price is going up. Sentiment is up as well. So I want to know, what can we expect from the XRP Ledger right now?
Okay, so what we want to be looking for are these early growth signals coming out of the XRP Ledger. And we've got that with the foundation. Now, this is one of the first things we've got queued up for you today. And the foundation, the XRPL Foundation, is actually managed. The community director is managed by a gentleman named Vet. Very passionate, very deeply knowledgeable gentleman about the XRP Ledger. Couldn't have a better person. Understands the nuances of community building that's going on the XRPL, which is kind of this new wave and old wave coming together to just make an incredible, growth trajectory for the Ledger. But here's something we're looking at as an early signal. So we've got the XRP Ledger Foundation. Follow this account if you're not. And it says the institutional lending on XRP Ledger is becoming concrete. Okay, it gives a couple instances here. How is this happening? XLS, now you remember we did an episode about this a couple times ago. XLS 66, the lending amendment, lending protocol. XLS 65, single asset vault. So what is he saying? He's saying that we're getting institutional adoption based on these amendments that are going to fundamentally change the XRP Ledger, so that institutions can now come out and deploy their XRP to make a yield. So this is essentially institutional DeFi on the Ledger. Now, this is a huge step forward. The more on-chain or on-ledger activity there is, the more support there is and the more demand there is for the layer one asset, XRP. And so you can see, and he even says this down below, that there's a flywheel effect supporting XRP DeFi. And we also, just as native users of the XRPL, can tap into some of these opportunities as well. And there's many other opportunities coming along, like XLS 56 batch, which allows more, builders, if you want to call it, in the meme sphere or different service sectors, people providing different services. That's going to allow a whole new pathway for people to tap in and make profit off of the services that they're offering through their platforms on the XRP Ledger. So we've got numerous different ways that the ledger is starting to open up, whether it's institutional or just native user adoption. In both cases, we got, strong parallel signals that are trending, on-chain growth. And this is what we want to see. So we're extremely bullish about that. We got, this is a special one. As we move forward, we got the Hyperliquid announcement. Okay. Now, Hyperliquid, or Hype, hashtag Hype, pumps 15% to $69 after President Trump says that the CFTC is working to bring it to the U.S. This is a very big deal. If the American markets can get access to Hyperliquid, then that stands to reason, you can make informed speculation that you're going to get things like perp markets on the XRP Ledger potentially. Now, this is a huge deal. This means we've already got RLUSD. We got that, I believe, last year or early this year. We got RLUSD, our stable coin, on the ledger. Now we've got Hype coming to the American markets, Hyperliquid coming to the American markets. That could very easily see a situation where the Joey wallet could onboard the perp market through Hyperliquid directly into an XRPL native wallet.
Sweet.
So now you've got an instance where you can deploy your XRP. You can stable up into RLUSD. You would even be able to trade, different assets, broader assets like you would in any perp market. We've got NFTs and meme tokens. So you can see how and I just showed you the institutional lending and DeFi stuff that's coming online soon. So you start to take a step back and you say, well, if XRP is heating up, the XRP ledger's heating up, then what do I need to know to have a maximum value for this, for this opportunity? It seems to reason that you holding XRP is an opportunity cost. You want to be able to hold your XRP, but you want to also know what's going on. Where's the next growth curve going to happen for XRP? Of course, it'll happen with a native asset, but the ledger is offering new opportunities that you just otherwise wouldn't have, and they all point towards multiplying the base asset, multiplying your XRP. So this is something we're extremely excited between institutional DeFi coming on the ledger, Hyperliquid coming to the American markets, and seeing how the XRPL can position for these type of growth trends. I mean, this is a huge opportunity. You're going to see the trend is going to be get to the ledger. It's going to take a month or two. It's going to take a while for it to really saturate into the broader XRP community. It's a bit of a new take, a bit of a new trend. But it is undeniable, and as we go through this, we'll hopefully it becomes clear to you like it is to us.
Phenomenal. So now let me ask you a question. As we prepare for more on-chain growth, what are the core platforms like First Ledger and the XRP Cafe been up to? Because that's I think foundational for us to understand what those who have been playing the long game are doing right now to continue to stay cutting edge.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And this is so core because the First Ledger XRP Cafe team, Joey Wallet, there's a through line of a same group of people that have just remained extremely dedicated and passionate to building on the ledger. And you can see they haven't stopped. Through the bear market, through the bull market, bear market, they've continued to push updates. We've had the First Ledger Stay to Earn campaign, and here we go. First Ledger with a new update. We got pulled up for the first one here, and they're now got their pro mode. That's what they call it. Introducing the pro mode on First Ledger. So pro mode allows a fully customized trading experience, right? And so even the trading terminals, First Ledger allows you to buy and sell meme tokens. It allows you to manage the liquidity of a meme token. It has a bunch of different features like alerts, wallet tracking, portfolio, all the things you would expect. Natural integration into the Joey wallet as well. And here we go, just another deployment, another update. I believe this is their third update to their trading terminal. And it's everything you want to see You've got your trading, transaction logs there at the bottom. I know that you can actually pull up order books on this now. There's so many different things they've added. There's a bunch of stuff not seen here, but you can actually customize this entire, drag and drop this entire workflow now that they got in their trading terminal. So we're extremely bullish on that. First Ledger is positioned between what they've got in their trading terminal, their platform. It's also a launch pad. It's definitely a lead contender for volume on the XRPL and the meme side as well. And you see what they've got with the Joey wallet, and then we would point here at the cafe next. But you kind of put that whole picture together, and it's really, they've positioned well to help be there for when the XRP onboarding to the ledger happens, that people will have a dependable platform, dependable services to be able to interact, right? Because that's what we want. We need dependable, easy onboarding. We want easy onboarding without sacrifice of ability to perform and deep dive. And First Ledger striking that balance very, very well. And we can turn over to the cafe, another fundamental team out here on the XRPL. If you're not familiar with this, really take some time and understand what we're saying. Go to these accounts on X and understand this is basically the locus. This is the nexus of where the primary amount of the lion's share amount of volume, trading, culture, all these type of things are taking place on. So XRP Cafe, a couple episodes, we mentioned that they did a V2 update. That has done very well. I think that's basically been fully adopted by the ledger now. People are out here trading, buying and selling NFTs. But now they're doing weekly updates, right? So they're starting to interact more with the community, with the XRP Ledger. I love to see this. So they've got a couple of things that they're bullish about that can help us inform our position. Ripple partners with Jeonbuk Bank. I guess that's how you pronounce. Who knows how to pronounce that? Some Korean bank. White House meeting, right? Bullish on that for sure. Jane Street XRP ETF. XRPL active addresses hit 2-month high. That's extremely bullish to me. XRPL 3.3 updates for voting. Nobody even knows what that is. You know what I'm saying? But they're putting it out there. And but that just goes to show you how out of touch. I bet a lot of people wouldn't even know XRPL 3.3. They don't understand XRPL active addresses hit a 2-month high. They don't know why that's bullish. This is the learning curve for the XRPL ledger to go through, or for the broader XRP community to go through, so that they can start to appropriately value the XRP ledger. If you only value XRP as a digital asset, you are missing at least half of what it takes for XRP to reach the valuation that we all desire it to, 10 plus, or God forbid you're 1,000 plus person, go with God on that. But, I'll take 10, be happy there. We can talk about 20 after that. So, but these are the early signals you want to see for that real robust, strong cycle after cycle improvement growth. This is what we want to see. It's not enough for XRP to perform. We need the ledger to perform as well. We need the ledger to be broadly adopted by the community as well. And so these are just two fundamental, services and platforms out here on the ledger. We want to see them continue to grow, continue to build, and that's exactly what they're doing. So to me, that's extremely bullish.
Now, the next one is XRP Scan. What's the take on that?
Okay, this is a huge one. So XRP Scan is the native blockchain or Ledger Explorer. So like an ETH Scan, Sol Scan. This is XRP Scan. And this is a full new update that they've done. I believe this is XRP Scan 3.0. Yeah. In fact, here we go. It says, it's a great day today. This just came out. We're happy to announce the all-new XRP Scan 3.0. New accounts page, dark mode, social cards, deeper metrics, flexible network translations, and more, right? This is huge. This is another big step. So from XRPL Foundation, talking about institutional DeFi onboarding, our core, if you like it, the trenches or, the broader, native user base, I've got updates coming from First Ledger, the Joey wallet, XRP Cafe, and here again, XRP Scan, our Ledger Explorer, right? It just got an update. So in all these different ways, the XRPL is starting to get a facelift. It's starting to get more features, more services. This is extremely robust. This is what we want to see. So if you haven't yet, make sure that you go out there and you snoop around on the new XRP Scan 3.0, totally different layout, a lot of new information and data made available. You want to make sure you go out there and spend 5 or 10 minutes and just poke around, see what's going on. So this was a huge signal for me, in my opinion.
Good. So let's move on from the core infrastructure and let's focus on other key and well-known builders in the XRPL, because here in the Callcast, we have been very, very vocal about the people who are making it happen. And we want to continue that trend. We want to see who's doing what, make sure we know who to follow, make sure that we support those who are putting in the work. And then again, we add in our little grain of sand into this mound to continue to grow. And we want to be able to celebrate those and know what those who are putting in their add into that work. So let's start with Daniel. How about that?
Oh man, shout out to the CEO of the Ledger, Daniel. You got to follow this guy on X. He's always cutting up something, but you can't look. He's I know you see that 40K Warhammer PFP as well, but this guy is as good as it gets. Yeah, I know you'd like that. I like that too. Pretty based, but you can see here, CEO of the XRPL. He's a longtime builder. Does live streams, very open, helps people, teach people, always giving a good take. His new platform here is Lucky Hash. Okay, so they've just done the migration. In fact, if you scroll down on his account real quick.
Yeah. Right there.
One more. Let's go down one more post. Maybe one more.
This,
right there, that
this one.
So you can see here he's talking about the Lucky Hash. In fact, if you click that LHT, the next chapter, this is a good one for people to kind of digest if you want to get a nice little overview. He's got the next chapter, a couple different token stats there, but he's basically migrated over to Lucky Hash. This is a great opportunity for people on the Ledger. He's offering killer affiliate. His roadmap is probably one of the most robust. It's a big deal for Daniel to win on Lucky Hash because it represents a large surface area for onboarding new users to the XRPL. So there's a sense in which if Daniel wins on this kind of broader vision he has for Lucky Hash as a service for games offered on the XRPL, that we all win because that's a huge onboarding vector for the XRPL. So we always stay in touch with him, definitely supporting him, looking to lock in deeper with Lucky Hash, and everybody tune in on that journey if you haven't. It's one to keep aware of.
And he's been a supporter here on the Callcast multiple times, and I think that's what we want to do. We want to make sure that we, are open to collaborate with everybody who's doing good work, right? So, I mean, it's a no-brainer. It's not like the, XRPL community is huge. It's still a tight community, and it's not that many of us that are really day in and day out engaged in the Ledger. So it is super simple. And if you're watching this, you're doing something on the Ledger and you want to reach out to us, just show up to the Callcast, leave us a comment, and we will, we will reach out back. That's exactly what we're looking for. Good talent. We're looking for people who are putting in the work. And if you want to be featured, it's super simple. Just let us know, show us your work. And if you're doing good stuff, we will talk to you and see what you're doing. So.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, that's the whole point. Celebrate, builders, celebrate people who are adding value. Daniel's one of those. Always be sure to tap in. Follow that account if you're not. Follow Lucky Hash account.
Absolutely.
All that'll be in the description after the show. But yeah, we got another key builder queued up as well.
Here you go.
We got here?
XRPL.
Oh, this is one of This is a must follow account. Keep your eyes on XRPL-to. Keep your eyes on this guy. Easily one of the most premier builders on the Ledger, most technically adept builders on the Ledger, and his platform is continually evolving. XRPL.to, continually evolving, okay? All these new data sets, feature sets that he's got. In fact, if you scroll down, I think his first post has something to do with, right here. Like, look at this. You can now see developer sell impact for a token, including their free holdings, so if they got something for free, and liquidity pool holdings, and how a full exit could impact the token price. So it's little data things like this that he's building out for us. That these little nuances that are extremely helpful. The more data, the more open and accessible the ledger becomes, the better our experience as traders. NFT flippers, speculators on the ledger, the better it's going to be. The more informed your position, the better off you'll be. And XRPL.to, I'm telling you, I think in the long run, 3-6 months is going to be, this is going to be a top platform for the XRPL moving forward. Period. In my opinion, it's probably one of my deepest convictions. I'm extremely thankful that this dude's out here building. Good guy, very mission built. Clearly giving it all into how he's building out the platform. Hopefully one day we can get him on the Cult Cast.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be a blessing. He could break it. We'd have to tell him to chill out. He's too technical.
Yeah. No, that's good.
I love that dude. Yeah,
and it's interesting.
Sure,
a lot of people don't understand if simply being on the trenches feels like a full-time job. Imagine when you're on the trenches and you're building at the same time. That's
a commitment.
Full-time job plus overtime. So
yeah,
that's just absolutely how it is. And you got to give props to those who are doing that. So I think this is for us, the end of the State of the Ledger.